So we've decided to do a bit of video in the garden. We don't normally visit the garden with you. So we're starting off on the patio where we have some annuals summer annuals in tubs. We've also repurposed our bird feeding station. It's now become a holder for hanging baskets.
Yep.
They've only been planted up, what, a week?
A couple of weeks maybe.
Do you think?
Yeah.
And then we've got various annuals in the different tubs. We've got coleus, gazania. There's a morning glory that did have a flower yesterday, but they don't last very long. And some morning glory and a busy Lizzie in there. At the back there's the Sarco coca, which is there all throughout the year. And we've got a camellia. Then in this one we've got pansies and some petunias and some marigolds. Larger marigolds, coleus and gazanias in this one. Oops. Then at the back we've got more coleus, zinnia and more gazanias. More coleus and gazanias. That one's, I think, a million bells from last year, that one, isn't it?
Don't know.
And we've got petunias and pansies and I think some marigolds in that one. So do you want to go over to the rockery?
What about this agapanthus?
Yeah, I was going there. The agapanthus is quite old now, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
It's got some flower buds as well. And then we've just got a couple of maybe three coleus in the plant pot behind it.
Head round to this bit of rockery.
Yeah, the pebble garden really needs a bit of TLC, doesn't it?
Does.
Campanula's looking nice. And the hardy geranium. Oops. Catch you up. These are just some cuttings. We've got some hardy geraniums and some Sarcococa rooter cuttings. This bit's a bit barren, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because a lot of things died last year with it being so dry.
Do our herby bit while we're here.
Yeah.
So we've got these herbs sitting actually on top of the fish filter. So there's 2 lots of parsley, some mint and
Basil.
basil, yeah.
We've got flat leaf and curly parsley, haven't we? And then at the other side of the steps we've got the bird bath bed and this was planted up last year, wasn't it?
Yeah.
We've got some patio roses and some dianthus. There's a fern at the back and a couple of astilbes. the rest down there is just hellebores that are going over, isn't it?
Yeah. We might get that clematis down here soon.
Do you want me to go in?
I don't think you need to. Or you can get to Rose, I suppose. You stay there, Rubes. Rubes, stay there.
So
Good
really
girl.
this bed is more a spring type
Ruby.
bed.
See how much notice she takes
But I'm
me. Can't
getting
you?
along here. We've got a white rose, which I can't remember the name of.
And Ruby's disappeared.
Whoops. But then, I can't remember the names of most of these. We'll have to look them up. We've got a really lovely clematis.
Just watch Ruby.
Ruby, what are you doing here? Come on.
Ruby!
Come on, Ruby.
Come on.
Come on, you're not allowed in here. Come on. She can't find a way out.
Rubes.
Ruby. This way. This way. Come on. Come on. This way, Ruby. Come on, you daft dog. Did you get lost? We've got some pots by the summer house as well, haven't we? So we've got some violas, osteospermums, marigolds, and more marigolds. Come back to the pond later. Come on, Ruby.
There's that allium, isn't there? The weed allium.
Yeah, I don't know where that's come from. Must have been in some compost that we tipped out. Notice there's some bindweed curling round it.
Yeah. So that clematis looks nice from this side as well, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Do this bit first, shall we?
Got some nicer strantias. Hardy geranium down there.
So do this rose and our black elder
Pardon?
and see what I can get for our rose and black elder.
Yeah, okay.
So sort of growing up in this corner of the garden is a rose, and in the far corner a black elder, which is absolutely covered in flower. And the rose, there's loads and loads of blooms to come out yet. So while I'm in this corner, I'll start with, we've got these outdoor tomatoes. There's some Crimson Crush and they're growing quite well at the minute. Because of the dry weather and the absolutely bone dry conditions on the allotment, we have still got some, well, we decided actually to sow some peas in cells to try and get them going for when we planted them out. So they're actually still in the cold frame, but they are actually going to have to go out very soon.
And there are some pongo beans out there
Those pongo
that we're
beans
growing
there
for
are
seed.
going to grow on for seed, and then with a few brassica plants growing on there that are going to have to go out pretty soon. We just need some rain. And then in the other cold frame,
you've got some more tomatoes, haven't you, as well?
well, yeah, didn't get potatoes planted in tubs this year for whatever reason, so I put a couple of tomato plants in each one.
So cucumber
There's a
as well.
cucumber in this end one, yeah. But I went to the garden centre yesterday for some canes to put in these, and believe it or not, calling themselves a garden centre, they couldn't even sell me any canes.
So what have you got behind you, Martin?
Oh, there are herbs waiting to come on behind. So there's some Welsh onions in 2 of them, and then
Some parsley.
in the other 2. And then as I was saying, in this cold frame, there's more brassicas that are just about ready for going out.
Some lettuce.
Some lettuce, and then some Kent blue peas.
They're marsh too, aren't they?
Yeah,
They're from Bill and Val, aren't
yeah.
they? Last year they were. When we
Rubes, you're going to get netted.
Ruby, come out.
Rubes.
Ruby. Come on. You know you don't like to be netted. No, you wouldn't.
Greenhouse then, I think.
That Achillea's nice. Isn't it?
Sorry?
This Achillea's nice.
Yeah.
We actually thought we'd lost a lot of these, didn't we? Because they were newly planted, and then we had the drought last year. But
And a fairly cold winter as well.
yeah. Really like Astrantia flowers. Not called pincushion flowers for nothing. Got some fuchsias. Don't know whether that thyme has dried up, Martin.
I think it probably has, trying to water
I have given
everything.
it a load of water.
Yeah.
Some mint. That had dried up as well. I've watered that, the sage. Now this rose I do know the name of. That's Golden Showers.
Right, I'll do in the greenhouse, shall I?
Yeah. Just before Martin goes in the greenhouse, we've got our fern bed here with some self-seeded alliums. Ruby, come here.
So the greenhouse is now more or less in full summer mode. Tomatoes at this end are in largest pots I can find, just to aid watering really. Even through this spell now has been a bit of a problem. Got some seeds that I've sown in cells down underneath the tomatoes for some shade. Clapton cauliflowers that have just come through in there. I'm trying a couple of courgettes very late on because I had some spare seed. They're struggling down the allotment in the dry conditions, so hopefully if we get some rain in the next few days they might go a bit better than the ones that are down there. These are our main tomatoes, in pots but sort of in the ground to help retain moisture again. So there's a Shirley plant at the end. Fandango we're trying for the first time. Buffalo Sun we had last year and it did really well. This is Crimson Crush. Then we move on to Mountain Merit, that's one we're trying for the first time. A couple of Sun Golds because we like Sun Gold, and then a Shirley again at the end. This year, because of the winter, we lost all our geraniums, or virtually all. I think I've saved one. So we're concentrating on peppers. So they're in the final pots hopefully now. And then we have a quick look down here, we've got some tomatoes that are actually planted in soil, would you believe? That's unusual. And the cucumbers in pots that I need to find somewhere for. Again, tomato plant in pot, not sure which one it is. Can I see through there? It's a fandango, so it's growing well. A little pot of rosemary, which I suppose could come out now.
Yeah, the rosemary we had last year, we thought had died, didn't
Yeah.
we? But there is actually one little sprig of it left.
Another cucumber plant, which hopefully will grow on okay in there. Our banana plant that spent winter in the house. And then the final lot of pepper plants. Again, in the final pots. And sort of in there is sort of one of our starred geraniums that survived winter.
That it in here?
Yeah.
Come on then, Rubes, let's go out. We've got a couple of tubs outside the greenhouse with salvias and sort of odds and ends of annuals.
Just coming on to flower out the salvias.
Yeah.
Going anywhere else or calling it quits?
We've got to go up here, haven't we?
Go on then.
Got a clematis
Rooms.
Princess Diana going up this archway. And we've had this clematis on the other side of the archway for ages. Could be Lord Neville, but I'm not sure.
Lawn's suffering a bit in this dry weather, as you can see, and the tree. Ruby, come off there. The tree is definitely suffering, and
here.
it looks more like autumn in June.
What about the pond?
Yeah, the pond, whilst it's been really nice, yesterday was quite windy, and as you can see, it's turned the iris. So I'll have to try and do a bit of a recovery operation on that. Other than that,
There's a lot of azola, isn't there?
yeah, believe it or not, I took most of that out a couple of days ago. 2 days to cover the
Ruby,
pond.
come away.
So I take what I can off, and I know it'll just cover the pond again.
We didn't plant any, did
few
we?
days.
It just,
No, it just comes with a
on
plant.
plants. Looks as though the fish are,
Yeah, the fish think it's
Begging.
feeding time.
I think they saw Ruby and thought she was going to feed them.
Well, wrong.